Hey everyone, what's going on? It's If You Have to Pick Three. It's Matt.
And it's Zach.
This episode brought to you by Lucky13beardcode.com. All your beard bombs and oils in one place. We're going to give you a code at the end of the episode to get 10% off of your entire order. But in the meantime, you click the picture. It's Queen Bey herself, Beyonce.
There really is no one bigger, has a bigger impact on pop culture of the past 2 decades, dare I say, than Beyonce. I know, Matt, you are going to try to be like, well, I don't know, but no. Beyonce, there's a reason why.
What about Kim Kardashian?
Now you're
just saying.
Trying to stir the pot. Now you're just trying to stir the pot. But musical icon, how about that?
Oh,
Does that make you feel better? Does that make you feel better? I know you love the Kardashians. I know you love keeping up with them every week. That made me feel like an old man making that terrible joke. Anyway. But this isn't an episode about the best Kardashian jokes. This is where we are determining Beyonce's best 3 songs, because in honor of Queen Bey's forthcoming new album, Renaissance, because, we were even considering, do we want to review that album? The truth of the matter is, the fact that she's releasing a new album is such a massive event that we just you know what? You don't need to hear another review. You're going to be hearing reviews from it from every single person. I think that's just a testament to how huge Beyonce is too. So you're like, you know what? Let's just spare you another review of that forthcoming album. We're going to look back at Beyonce's glorious catalog and try to do a really hard task and determine her 3 best songs.
Solo songs. From her solo career.
That's a great point to make, Matt. No offense to Michelle and Kelly, and then the other 2 members that they replaced after the first album, whoever you are. Oh, we're going to get hate for that comment.
That's okay. They're survivors. They're not going to give up.
Oh! With that said, before we get even further down the rabbit hole of terrible puns, Matt, would you like to go first and share your 3 picks?
Sure. I think I'll do that.
Go ahead, sir.
All right. So this was a little bit harder than I thought, because if you look at her catalog and you try to pick out solo songs, well, one of the first problems is that I blend Destiny's Child and her solo catalog together, so I had to separate some songs. But anyway,
Ooh.
I know for anybody who loves Queen Bey, like, how could you do that? Well, sorry, I did. Anyway, but when I finally got to my list, I think I put some pretty good ones on here. So I'm going to start out with probably one of the earliest ones in her solo catalog from 2003. It is Crazy in Love. Because let's face it, when Beyonce first came out as a solo artist, she needed something super strong, because Destiny's Child was super strong when they were toward the end of their career, and she needed something just as big. Well, why not do something with Jay-Z, her boyfriend at the time? And what I also like is that this track it's like a companion piece to Jay-Z's song, '03 Bonnie and Clyde, which is almost like a brief glimpse into their private life together. And then this one is Beyonce talking about her feelings for Jay-Z. So it was also a really just great, fun pop song, and it really kind of introduced her as that solo artist. So number 1, in no particular order, is Crazy in Love. The second one that I'm having a problem with picking between is, well, I'm just going to say it. It's either going to be between Single Ladies or Run the World, because they're both really strong, very big songs for different reasons. But I'm going to have to say I'm going to go with Run the World, because it is a female anthem. And there's no doubt that every female on the planet who has heard Beyonce has heard this song, and at one time or another has felt empowered by it. Now, don't get me wrong, Single Ladies, Put a Ring on It. It's a big song for a completely different reason, because it's almost like an engagement, a wedding type anthem. So everybody's going to hear that, around like wedding time and whatnot. But I really think that, like I said, I like songs that have kind of oomph and more meaning behind it. So I like Run the World, Girls. And also, it was in Pitch Perfect 2. So just going to say that.
I love how that was the tiebreaker for you. Was which one was in Pitch Perfect 2?
No, that wasn't the tiebreaker. No, it was the The empowerment, Zach. Come on. And number 3, this is probably one of her most powerful songs that also was included in a Super Bowl halftime show. And I don't remember exactly if there was some controversy behind it in the halftime show, but I know the message and I know how huge of a song this is for her. So number 3 definitely has to be Formation. So there we go. Those are the
Yes,
3.
there was a lot of controversy. I mean, yeah, a lot of controversy over its lyrics and it being in the Super Bowl for sure.
So we've got Crazy in Love, we've got Run the World Girls, and Formation. So what say you?
All right. Good list. Good list. Although any list featuring Beyonce songs is a good list. So there we go. All right. My first pick, I'm going to go ahead and pick the one that got beaten out because Run the World was featured in Pitch Perfect 2. Single Ladies. Put a ring on it. It was off of her 2008's I Am Sasha Fierce.
Are you going to put a ring on it?
I will put a ring on it.
Okay, good.
I will. No, I will. You can trust me. I will put a ring on it. It's easily became one of her biggest, most recognizable songs. First off, that video is just so iconic with the choreography and just the whole message behind it, really just calling men out for not being willing to commit. And also a little fun fact about that song. So one of the song's co-writers, The Dream, he actually conceptualized the song after Beyonce's Secret Marriage to Jay-Z in April 2008 came out. At the time, apparently Beyonce, when she was recording it, even hid her engagement ring so that it didn't lose the illusion of the meaning behind the song. So I just kind of found that fun. But yeah, as soon as you hear that song, you instantly just start doing the choreograph with the hands. Even actually, it's funny when you can't hear images. You look at the still of that video, like, nope, I hear that song. Like, it's just it's just an iconic song from Beyonce. So that's my first pick. In no particular order. Second pick. This one is a little different for Beyonce. Off of 2016's Lemonade is the country-tinged song Daddy Lessons. And it really just kind of further showed how Beyonce's talents just really transcended any genre. There's also kind of controversy behind the song in that, was it actually a country song? Should it have been qualified as such during the awards season and whatnot? And even just controversy of her performing a reimagined version of it with the Dixie Chicks at one of the country award shows. That arose a lot of controversy. But it really, just the lyrics itself are just really impactful, talking about a father's impact on a child. But again, just a really great song. And I love the version that she did of the Dixie Chicks. All their vocals just worked so well together. It just further proved how talented she wasn't. She wasn't just a singular hip hop artist or a singular pop artist. She really could do different genres. So second pick, Daddy Lessons. For my third and final pick, this one's tough and I had a lot of different choices. But I'm going to go with the single off of her second album, 2006 B-Day. That is, of course, Irreplaceable. Not only is this an example of how she was able to capture female empowerment that's relatable to any gender within a song, within a really catchy ass song. But I dare you to not finish the chorus whenever you hear someone say, to the left, to the left, to the left, everything you own in a box to the left. You must not know about me. It's such an iconic lyric that it just makes the song so irreplaceable. Oh, boom. Terrible pun, I know. But yeah, it stands out as one of her more fun but still empowering songs. So, to recap my final three, Single Ladies, Put a Ring on It, Daddy Lessons, and Irreplaceable. So, Matt.
Zach.
Let's do a good old-fashioned Zach Shaw compromise.
What you got?
I think we definitely got to go with Crazy in Love.
Got me so crazy in love.
Because, that was her first single off the album, but before that song, it was Beyonce from Destiny's Child. And that song just really skyrocketed her into her own persona and identity. I remember the first time I heard that song and was blown away. It's funny. It's actually a sample of Shilite's 1970s song, Are You My Woman, Tell Me So? But those horns, she makes it her own. It's just, I remember seeing her perform it on SNL. And I was like, wait, Beyonce is the musical guest on SNL? and just being blown away by just the musical landscape of that song for a pop song, especially in 2003. I mean, we have to pick Crazy in Love.
There's also another side to that song that I didn't mention earlier that I think is kind of a big thing, because just think about it from this perspective. If her relationship with Jay-Z fell apart, would this song still be as big as it is?
Oh, absolutely.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. Because that's how good of a song it is.
But
honestly, Jay-Z's role in the song, very minor.
right, but also the song is about Jay-Z.
It would have been a huge hit regardless. It would have been a huge hit. I think, yeah, regardless of who it was about, that's how strong of a song it was. So, back to my compromise. Crazy in Love, Single Ladies, because it really was just massive song that pretty much solidified her status as like global superstar, can't be messed with. And another one of your picks, Formation. Because to me, that song, she kind of started dabbling a little bit with it in her self-titled album. This one, not only did she really start to incorporate a lot more of of trap and bounce influences, but it was really the first time that she full-on addressed her own identity and as a Black woman in America, and incorporated a lot more of a political side to it, and touching upon racism and just her, the impact of her culture. And I mean, it became an anthem for Black Lives Matter and the Women's March shortly after. And I know that part of the controversy of it being part of the Super Bowl was how it took a lot of people by surprise that Beyonce could be so real and raw about what was going on in the current climate. And it's definitely something that she's been incorporating a lot more since then. But I think that was a pretty massive turning point for her. That could have also been a gamble, considering how huge of a star she was. But I think she realized, no, she needed to speak up and talk about what was really going on in the world. So I would argue Formation, Single Ladies, and Crazy in Love. Thoughts?
You must not know about me if you think I'm not going to agree with that.
You're not going to fight for Run the World? Because, I mean, admittedly, for a song like that song, that's also hard. And that's what makes Beyonce so special, is that all of her songs, for the most part, I should say, like, you could make an argument for why it's one of her best. Because especially Run the World, as simple of a song as it is, you're right, it really did capture this female empowerment in a simple way. I think Formation. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say the Formation, I think, kind of captures that too. So yeah, I can see putting a different song on here. So like I said, I was torn between those two songs. So I think we can go with that. All
right. So there you have it. Our final three, our agreed upon final three.
That we're putting a ring on it.
That we're putting a ring on. That we're committing to this. Single Ladies, Crazy in Love, and Formation. Do you disagree? Do you think that we're crazy for not including another particular song in our final three? Or do you agree with us? Let us know which Beyonce songs are your favorite on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Epic Footnote. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel to hear more episodes like this, including, if you have to pick 3 episodes, album reviews, maybe even a few videos where we show off our vinyl collection. And thank you to Lucky 13 Beard Co., who, for all those who don't have beards, just throwing this out there, for those bearded fellas that you have in your life, this could make for a good gift. Just saying.
That's right. Head on over to lucky13beardco.com. Use the code EFP10 at checkout, including our new Lemmy-inspired beard oil. It smells like bourbon, cola, tobacco, and leather. Incredible smelling. And you get 10% off of anything that you throw in your cart with the code EFP10 at checkout. Lucky13, the number beardco.com.
Thank you all so much for listening. Also, let us know what you think of Beyonce's new album, Renaissance, on our social media channels. Let's have a little fun discussion. Hope you join us for another episode real soon.
See ya.